Hi guys, welcome, welcome again to another live. Super welcome, guys. Okay. Just setting the normal things like every single day. Hey Ray, welcome back. No, don't worry, no problem at all. I'm sorry you were, working all day long. Yeah, yesterday nothing crazy. We basically waited all day long and ended up with zero. A perfect trading session. I'm happy you're here today. Oh yeah, just need to share. Okay. So we don't have news, so we are good to go. And I already checked the forex, and Spain 35 made a really huge movement, but I wasn't able to take advantage of that one. Look at this, was so clean. It was perfect, basically a perfect movement, but I wasn't able to take advantage of this one. No pullback for me. And DAX also, but again no pullback for me. So we missed something very exceptional, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't complain. Hey Jacob, welcome. Thank you, guy. You're always here. Always here. I really appreciate a lot, guys. It's not just to say, I really appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I think this one is ready, and another one with potential. Wow, everything is just going. It's actually perfect, but only on the indices, because on the forex there is really nothing special. Yeah, nothing special here. Yeah, I appreciate, man. enjoy your work, even if you maybe you're not enjoying it, but enjoy your work, and you know, come back if you can when you get no, yeah, you have your training, so thank you for coming here and saying hello, and enjoy the rest of your day, Jacob. Nice, I appreciate, Jacob. I appreciate. So I hope to see something setting up, just for you guys too. But I'm I'm not a lot confident in that, because yeah, these already made the movement, and this one too. This one maybe also. So let's see if we have something here. Look, there is, it's a superpower here. It's a superpower. They are on steroids today. But let's see these stocks. 55. So QQQ. What happened to what I'm doing? Okay. So no gaps. It stayed there. So basically, I'm expecting a day like yesterday, unless it happens something, you know, supernatural. I'm waiting for another, let's say, sideways days like yesterday. There will be for sure some assets setting up, but I'm not expecting a super good environment, especially because we didn't have gaps, and since yesterday gaps price remain there, and this is not a sign of strength for me. So yeah, I think we will not have a lot of things today. Yeah, actually this one is pretty good. It's a yellow flag. And this one, it's a little bit less liquid. Yeah, I don't like a lot. It's in liquid. So by the way, guys, I suggest everyone who basically is trading stocks on TradingView to add the real-time data package, because the difference from the delayed version, the free version of the, let's say, the stock price, and the actual price that you obtain with the package, with the data package, it's absurd. So maybe, you know, you are sure that you are trading a good setup, but then, you know, you compare that with the real-time data, and the price action is completely different. And I experienced that on my skin, and it's not something cool. So I suggest everyone to purchase the package, because it's fundamental. Okay, so let's do again what we do every single day. Yeah, just a little bit better, Jacob. Thanks for asking. A little bit better, but not a lot. Not a lot, unfortunately. Um, I'm happy that 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 seems that it seems that I'm fresh. It's not like that, but at the start of the live is always like that. In fact, I was telling you guys that today will be a little bit different because I just prefer to not talk too much and maybe talk only when there is really something to talk about, just not to waste word and energy. And so when there is something that we need to talk about or something that I want to talk about or that I need to talk about, I will talk. The rest of the time I will be almost silent, um, because at the end of the day we are not here to make, um, it's not an entertainment channel. And so I need to talk when I really have something, to say, or if you guys are asking me questions. But it's not necessary, and it's not worth for me, to comment everything what I do, because it's a waste of energy. So this is what I'm going to do from today on, and I hope you like. Maybe you listen a little bit of music and you see me staring at the charts, and maybe if sometimes I have something to say, it's okay, but it's not a continued talk like the first live, because maybe it's better from a YouTube point of view, but for me, no. In fact, I just can feel and I see, that my energies dropped from, when I started doing live. I was more fresh, and after a week of live, this is the second week of live, and I feel myself dropping in the energy. So I want to continue staying with you 5 hours a day. I want to continue showing with you what I do, but it's not worth for me to talk all the time. So this will be the new format. So I will go through the assets. I will flag them. Always the same thing. it's a little slow. I don't know why that happens every single time. Yeah, this one from yesterday. Yeah. This was the miss from yesterday. Yeah, there is nothing crazy at the moment. There's nothing to do. This is actually a good one on the higher time frame, so I'm waiting for a pause and I will be willing to buy stop. I'm just checking around the room because there are my cats that are trying to um, get in every single little hole that we have in the house, between the furniture, behind the door. And so I need just to check that they are safe, because sometimes they don't understand that they could harm themselves. Yeah, there is nothing to do, and I need to wait for trading view to become less I don't know why every single time that I start a session this is so slow. So I think that today these ones are our best possibilities. A nice trade here would have been really a nice trade. Wait. Yeah, nothing crazy. I was just checking because this one had a gap, and so I thought that we had a gap here too, but we didn't. We don't, sorry. Yeah, this is not perfect. I don't like it. I think that in the meanwhile, while waiting for something to set up, I will, get rid of some assets that, basically are not meeting the rules. Let's say like this. Because I have too many assets here. Wait, yeah, too many assets. So it will be a little bit slow because we need to go through every single one. And as you can see, everything is a little bit slower than the normal. So basically, since I'm looking for longs, I'm just eliminating all those assets that are not in a good context for a long like this one. It's way below the averages, and so it's not worth for me since I'm only looking for longs. I'm not shorting. That, by the way, could have been a good context for short, but since we are looking only for longs, we need to focus only on longs. Yeah, man, absolutely. I appreciate you. See you soon. I hope too. I hope it too, then. Absolutely. Okay. I need to note something that I need to test, because as I proceed in the live and I go through every single pair every single time with you, I just noticed something that I need to note down, because I then need to test it, you know? Yeah, I have a lot of work to do, to go through. So I need to send some messages, guys. In the meanwhile, because we don't have anything to do, and so I take advantage of this, let's say, dead time to do some personal stuff. Sorry, guys. Okay, I just needed to send a message, guys. I would like to see another candle down, something like that, because I really don't like when it happens something like that when there is just one candle. So yeah, one candle, at least another one candle here. Yeah, another candle, not another one candle. Oh yeah, this is my bad. This was overextended. So we can't do anything here. So let's see something else. No. No. Nothing. Okay. So so basically I'm just answering on Reddit, so on some posts, and I do that just to grow my brand because I just want to grow it, you know, through Reddit too. I usually post on YouTube with a video and LinkedIn mainly, and yeah, and Twitter. But I just want to grow on Instagram, on Reddit. I know that I have to focus only on one, and my mainly focus is YouTube. But I just want to be, across all the platform. Even if it's not perfect, I just want to be there. Then my mainly focus is YouTube and Twitter. Um, but I think it's important to be in every single platform, even if the content that you publish are not um, tailor made for that platform. I think that having a wider presence should benefit me long term. So what I'm doing right now, and because of privacy, I'm just not showing you on live, because there are real people with real questions, and maybe they don't want to be live in front of everyone. But what I'm doing is just answering some question and giving some advice to people that maybe just started or feel stuck, or somehow they find themselves in that situation where maybe you basically think you're profitable, or you are profitable because you know the concept, but then on paper you're not profitable, and something like that. Because there are a lot of messages from those people that are basically um, grinding and grinding and grinding, like I was doing, but they are done. Basically, they're not going anywhere. So I'm just trying to help. Let's see if we have something. Yeah, I don't think that. Hmm. Yeah, this is actually good. This is actually a good one. I'm here, guys. This is the last message. Okay, guys, I'm back here. Okay, so this seems a good one. Waiting for a pause, and then yeah, that is actually another good one. That is actually another good one. But this is the first. So let's see if we have the chance to get position behind this. I need a pullback here, in this zone, because if I don't get the pullback here and this is leaving without us, in my opinion, if I'm not getting the pullback, I'm not able to get position behind this because it's too high. It's already too high, in my opinion. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is something. It sucks when it happened, but you can do anything to avoid. You just can stay here and look at the price, you know, leaving without you. So basically what I'm looking for now is price doing something like that, and I try to get position again here, but I think we missed this one, and this is not ready yet. Yeah, everything is, you know, out of context. Almost everything. Let's see if we can get position here. This is still a good one. Yeah, this is gone. This is gone. We just need to wait for a pullback. Checking if we have something new here. Maybe. Yes. But these ones are I remember this one in liquid, right? Yeah, and below, this is in liquid, and below. So maybe this one. This is in liquid, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's a good one, but in liquid. Let's see this one. Oh, actually, this one is pretty good. It's pretty good, but overextended, unfortunately. Yeah, overextended, but actually a very good one. So basically, we have nothing to do. Yeah, it's becoming a little bit too weaky, but maybe we can do something. Can still do something, but I don't know. Yeah, this was actually a very good one. Very good one. And actually it doesn't matter the outcome, so it doesn't matter if it's, whether it's a break even or a stop loss or a take profit, because actually what matters the most always is the execution. Okay, executing your pattern every single time, what working, from your testing. So that is the most important thing, because since you back tested your system and you know the data associated with your system, you know that it doesn't matter, how many setups you miss or how many stop loss you take, as long as you follow what you tested, so the patterns are the same, the context is the same, and so on, you are going to do good, to do well. So this is actually the most important thing. Oh yeah, I'm stupid every single time, because yeah, are always these two. Yeah, there is actually nothing here. So they are basically in liquid. Everything is in liquid here. So I'm trying to check the one that are labeled with the purple flag, but that means in liquid but have a high volume, to actually see if there is something that we can do or not. So for example, this was a good pattern, but this is a bad price action, and this is in liquid. You can see in how the wicks and how the price action is um, developing. Look at these wicks. These wicks are not good. I have my cat on the desk, so if you see something moving, it's because of her, because with her head she just eat almost everything, and she I need to cuddle her. So actually This perfect. No, it is. Actually, this was a good pullback, but there is something, I think, really weird with the price action. I mean, it's not good, but definitely was a good pattern. And I think this one is liquid enough. I mean, there are a lot of wicks, so it's not tradable, but just checking, you know. So actually this one, this could be a good candidate for, you know, my test. And I don't know if it's in liquid. Oh yeah, damn, this is very liquid. So it's in liquid. It doesn't even make sense to test something like that if it's in liquid. Yeah, I'm really trying to, but you know, this is a liquid. There is actually nothing that I can do. Let's put in the yellow, because if it, you know, gives us another setup like this one, could be something, you know, good. This is going lower and lower. This is overextended. And we are in, you know, in that territory where basically the stocks, the assets barely move from the open. And so when something like that happens, it's really hard, you know, to trade. It's really hard. Welcome back, Jacob. Welcome back. You didn't miss anything, by the way. Oh yeah, you missed this one. No, this one. You missed this one. I wasn't able to get position behind this one. It was very clean, but unfortunately we missed it. And then we have this one, but it's I don't like. It's gonna be, you know, too wicky, this one. What do you mean with step ups? Do you mean take profit? you mean take profit, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just these two. Just these two. Um, but this one, yeah, you know, it's gonna. I think it's gonna go down. It's gonna continue going down, and we have nothing else because we're always these two setting up, but I already eliminated those, so they always show up, but I don't care because I'm not interested in those. Sorry guys, I just lowered the volume. Okay. And yeah, you see something that I don't like, so for me it's a blue for now, and actually waiting for this one to see if we can catch this. We don't have anything here. Everything is becoming overextended. Yeah, everything is overextended now, so we can do anything. This one, no good price action, unfortunately, and we don't have anything else. This one, unfortunately, is leaving without us because this is too high for me. So yeah, we don't have a lot of things to do. I just this one. I just want to go through these ones to see if I have something that maybe I missed. Yeah, there are a lot that are overextended, but unfortunately I can't flag them, so it's gonna be very hard to remember which one is overextended and which one is not. So basically every single day I have to go through every single one, and yeah, labeling them would be would make everything every single thing much easier, but it is what it is. uh, I actually don't like these kind of setups here. These are way better. This is the kind of setup that I like. Let's see if we had the entry here. Maybe not. Yeah, actually, this one was a good entry, but it would have been a stop loss, unlucky stop loss, because yeah, that was a banger. Unlucky stop loss. But yeah, these are the setups that I like. So this one, it's not for me. Yeah, to be honest, I really don't like the 65 minutes. I mean 65 daily and weekly. Maybe it's because I'm I'm limited, I'm confined to trading the SP 100 stocks. And so not having the possibility, the chance to put my filter on the stocks, I have stocks that are not the best. Because if you compare these ones to the lower time frame ones, the lower time frames just goes and goes and goes. So maybe would have more sense to trade these on the lowers when I will be buying the Ment stocks account, because I don't know. I don't know. We need to test. We need to test. There is nothing that we can. I mean, we can say everything, but at the end of the day, we need to test. And when we have data, we can say something more specific, backed, with data. Because everything what we do, it's based on data. But yeah, actually, these stocks are the more liquid stocks because are the SP 100, and so they were supposed, to go long and long and long. Look at that. This is going long and long and long. But unfortunately, now it seems that the majority it's undergoing a correction. The majority is undergoing a correction, a big correction. This could be actually. Not something good. So you see, not a good, definitely not a good shape. Really not a good shape. Or maybe it's just because I'm not used, to waiting, to wait this long for a trade, because actually we have a lot of hot, that could potentially set up. This is not all anymore, but we have something that could potentially set up. So maybe it's just me. Yeah, and then I have the overextended ones, but maybe it's just me not being used to that. Yeah, nothing to do here. We had this one, but we missed this one. It's too high for me. This is actually maybe, yeah, this is a no-go for me. And then we have this one that I need maybe one or two candles down, lower. Yeah, yes, one or two candles, and it would be better. It would be better, but this is also valid. This is also valid. Um, okay. Yeah, this one could actually be a good one, but we definitely need to wait, because if things remain sorry, like this would be too high. So this is why I need maybe one or two more candles going lower, and then I can yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah, today is low because of QQQ, and it's not recovering, almost the opposite, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, look at that, it's sinking. So again, so we faced again this zone, and you know, it reacted perfectly from that, gap down and continue going down. So as you can see, we need a few sessions here to recover, considering this a 3-day, and yeah, considering this is a 3-day, as you can see, there is a lot of space inside here for the QQQ to go sideways, and we are basically limited, you know, to trade only the few assets that are setting up because of that situation. And sometimes we're not able to take advantage of those because it's not, you know, part of our trading plan. And we need to accept that there are days and maybe weeks, even on the lowers, that are basically only a waiting game. All the weeks you know, all the week, sorry, all the entire week. It's basically only a waiting game, but that waiting game, you know, is gonna pay you in the next week because you're just waiting for the good context. And so this is why I'm actually willing to wait. So actually, if this one gives me a pause, oh, but it should be, so the candle should be closed like this or a little bit higher, and yeah, this is not valid for me. So if it closes like that, this is not valid for me. Let me check. Okay, I was just answering no messages. Um, yeah, uh, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's not what I need to see. Okay, in order, you know, for me to be tradable. So we missed this one too. The only thing that I can do but it's not perfect, is something like that, but it's not perfect at all. Yeah, we need a few more candles to define this one a good candidate for, you know, my test, my visual test. Yeah, I think it will go. I think it will go. Okay. Oops. Yeah, actually, so this one is obviously not a good pullback for me. So actually, this is an important thing I was thinking about, and it's about all the prop firm word and the expectation of a trader. I mean, every single trader when starts is expecting that you need basically to have a payout every single month, because this is how, the prop firm word is sold. And so you enter that, let's say, environment, and you trade, and you basically are expecting every single month to have a payout. And what does it mean? That you basically have to trade every single day in order to have enough trade in order to have a payout at the end of the month. But that is actually not how trading work. So there are period in time where you're basically doing nothing. You're doing nothing basically, because this is what we are doing here, right now. And uh, and maybe you, let's say, you can't have a payout at the end of the month because you need to consider all the trading things like a business, like if you were an entrepreneur. And so you need to understand that you have to make, the calculation at the end of the year, because at the end of the year you have 12 months, and in 12 months, if you are profitable, you have what you need. But if you start thinking that every single week you need to, let's say, finish profitable, every single month you need to have a payout, that is actually messing with your mind, because you are expecting something that can happen even if you are on the seconds. So the lower and lower, the lowest of the lower time frame, you need to understand that you need to wait for the market to have the right context, the right price action. And it can happen even if you are on the lower, that context that you're looking for is not there, and so you can trade. This is the difficult part, of trading, because it is sold in a bad way. It is sold like a money machine, and it actually is, because it is, but not in the way that they are showing us. So I know that maybe it's hard, to stay here in live and seeing me basically doing nothing, because usually when there are the lives, or basically there are people trading together, let's say the trading community, or when you trade with your friends, you're basically in the session trying to trade something, comparing your setups with your friend ones, and actually trying to make the day trading. Because what's the point in trading with a buddy, having a trading partner, or being live with someone else basically doing nothing? So this is actually the opposite of what is taught out there, so this is actually, I was thinking about that while answering messages, and I was thinking about how much misleading is all what you see online, the majority of things, that watch online. And this is also another reason why I never wanted to trade with someone else. I have been asked a lot to trade, to be in the group, to trade, with someone else. But I actually never accepted, because I always thought that trading was a solo thing, a solo journey. Because there are not two traders that trade exactly the same way. So what's the point in trading together? What's the point in looking someone trading live, and I know that I'm live and you are watching me, but you are watching me doing nothing because there is nothing to do, at least for my time frames, where I'm focusing at. But where you are in a live, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but that is a concept that is very powerful and very important for your trading career. When you are in a live on YouTube, you are basically seeing all the profits, all the losses, or people just discussing about patterns and about trades that they want to take, and they actually trade. They are basically always in a trade, because what's the point being live if you don't trade, and if people don't see your profit and loss um, going back and forth, fluctuating? What's the point in looking at a live where the host is basically doing nothing? you know this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it requires time for people to understand that, and to actually understand that this is what they need. But it's okay, because even if just one person, sorry, could benefit from this, I would be happy. I would be happy, because at the end of the day, it doesn't cost me anything. I just have my webcam on, and I'm just basically doing what I do every single day, but live, and I'm not talking even too much. So, but yeah, this is actually what people can't understand. So this is actually the setup that I want to see. This is actually very good, and I'm actually waiting for something like that here too. This is a little bit loose. Um, yeah, compared to this one, but that is actually what I'm looking at, something like that. And I think this pattern works very well. Yeah, break even, but it's a good one. So this is actually what I'm looking for. So something like that. So this is why I'm saying that I need time. And this one is again too low. Actually, this one was not a bad pattern, but was not perfect. Was not like the prior one. But definitely it was not a bad pattern. So maybe we have this one, EYE. Yeah, no, it's below everything, so it's not for us. So all these one are just sinking down. You see, so there is really nothing that we can do on these, sorry. So maybe, but yeah, it's very, yeah, there's nothing to do. Look at the price action. So actually this one could be, it's not perfect, but I don't know why this was not. Maybe I missed that, but could be it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but so I don't like it. But yeah, it's somehow. So basically the entry should be this one like that. That should be the entry. So I want to take this one there. But it's not, I mean, it's not the perfect pattern. That was better for me. Yeah, nothing to do. Yeah, this doesn't look out how it should. It's not what we are looking at. Yeah, that is way better. And you can see also the outcome. You know, this is way better. What it is. Here, look at that. Perfection. You know, this pattern is actually perfection. And look what it created. Yeah, it's something unbelievable. And if you see, they are different. Very different. Yeah, so this one is a blue one for me, and waiting for something to do, guys. Waiting for something to do. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a minute. I have. I can, enter in the room and don't, cuddle my dog or my cat. I really can't. It's something that I can do. So this is not good anymore, obviously. But I need to keep an eye on it because of, a possible pattern here. So I think that today I will end the session a little bit earlier because it really I mean, if nothing is setting up and nothing is setting up, it's really not worth for me to stay here doing nothing. We need to wait for all these assets to reset. Maybe only this one. will reset in this session. But yeah, everything else is just something that is not tradable. It's wiki. What's the point in getting positions behind something like this if you have all these weeks that basically can take you out of the trade at at any given moment, basically, because 1 week is enough. So this actually was another good one. Boom. It's 6 o'clock here. So it's yeah, it's noon New York time. So we should have 2 hours and a half, but I mean, what's the point? Six or 7 p.m. Jacob? 7, right? I didn't get it. Seven, yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I just want to stay all the session long, but as a trader, you also need to manage your time. So if nothing is setting up, and everything in forex need a reset, so you already know that it's very hard that you can have a reset. So for example, what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 candles before a reset, and we are 15 minutes, so it's mean 150 minutes, that it's 2 hours and a half. It's really not worth, because in 2 hours and a half our session ends. So almost all the, let's say, assets are in that kind of situation. So what's the point? This is going down, 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 down. Not something that I want to look at, but actually this one could be a good trade, a good pattern. So let's do something like this, even if I don't like, because we are here on the at the 50. This one is way below. It's down. We have this one that we don't know what it wants to do. We are down again. You see, there is nothing. Even when the context is very good, actually price action is shit. So for something like that to set up, we need 8 to 10 candles, and it's not worth to wait for it, right? I don't know how you manage your session and your time, but for me, and this is not because of the health issues, but for me, when I see something like that, it's just useless, because even if something should set up at 8 my time, or 8 and 8, yeah, 8:30, I can manage that trade. So why waiting for something that I can manage anyway? Yeah, there is actually nothing. And I started looking also for the minors, because when I started this, let's say, challenge, I say that I would have traded only the majors. But then I noticed that the spread are lower than what I remembered on the minors, and so I'm looking at the minors too. But even looking at the minors, so adding 20 pairs, something like that, we we don't have. Okay, this is actually a mistake. Oh, okay. I thought I missed this one, and actually this was a good one, but it was when I started, and yeah, actually I missed it, but I thought it was right now. It was at 15:30, so 3:30 p.m. when we started, and actually, yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to trade it, but yeah, that actually could be a good setup. So this is actually a good context. I don't know why it was not red. This is my bad. Couldn't trade it anyway, but it's my bad because I would have missed that. Um, what? It's a popular joke, Jacob. Sorry, I didn't get it. All these markets are going to set up in the same time in the future. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. It will happen for sure. 67. What does it mean? I don't know what 67 is. Never heard about it. Oh, nice. Okay, nice. If you don't know it, I can know it for sure. I've never heard about it before. It's 67. I don't know. But on socials, it's a joke, that runs on socials. Yeah. This was not actually the good setup, so. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, never had. I'm not on socials actually. Sorry if you hear my dog barking, but she saw some dog um, where we are. But I'm not on social. I mean, I'm social, but just to grow my brand. So I don't know what's happening on social. I don't have TikTok. I hate TikTok a lot because for me it's like wasting time. And I basically ate every single social, but I need to do that because I know that nowadays every single brand must be on social media. That is the best advertisement that you can have. So if I want to build a brand for my future hedge fund, where actually investors know me, because if no one knows you, it's very hard to start in this field, um, collecting capital. And so I need to be on socials, but I always hated socials. I don't like them. It would be a better world without social for me personally. Not from the point of view of the work of the people having a brand and something like that. Absolutely not, because socials made a lot of people millionaire, and a lot of people are discovered every single day through socials, and so this is a good thing, but not how they are used. Right now, the people lose their mind in socials every single day. I mean, they scroll in because they look for, I even don't know, serotonin or dopamine. And then the more you scroll, the more your threshold of dopamine go higher, and so the less happy you are, because you have not stimulus. Your brain has not stimula for you to be happy. So this is why you for sure you heard someone say, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago we were happier. We were happier because there were more human interaction, there were no social, and so people actually talked a lot more. They were happy with less, and nowadays it's the opposite. And we don't know what is nature. We don't have value anymore. The majority. I mean, I'm generalizing, but you get the point. We have no value anymore. There is less empathy. People are sad, basically sad or depressed. The young generation, the let's say the guys that have from 13 to 16 nowadays are all depressed. I never when I was young, I'm 34, so 15 years ago, when I had, let's say 20 years ago, when I was 14, I've never seen, guys depressed like the guys that I see today. You see that they are almost gone. Their mind is almost gone. They walk on the street and they basically, I don't know if you have the same feeling that I have, but I think that is a very bad sign. Bad sign. yeah, yeah, Jacob, that is the goal. That is the goal. Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm trying to build. It's a long run, it's a long game, but that is actually what I'm trying to build. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing better than the proof of what you do. I mean, you can have a track record and give it to an investor and say, I made 300% in 3 years, let's say. But they actually don't know you. They actually don't know how you manage your trades. They actually don't know how you trade, what market you trade, how you handle, hard situation. But all, these doubts, disappear if you have a visual proof of what you're doing. So actually, my goal, my objective, my vision was to make it visible for future investor. So yeah, future investor will see something like that. Maybe not this live, but yeah. And I'm trying to be, as transparent as possible. I will show everything, and I hope that I will, when I will get millionaire or billionaire, you know, I hope that no one kidnap me just because they want the money. It's just a joke, guys. Uh, but yeah, that's my dream. That's my dream. I really love trading. Unfortunately, I can't handle it like I would. But I really love trading. I really love staying here, looking at the charts, with nobody around me, with nobody that tells me what to do, without a boss. Me and the candles, me and the markets, me versus myself. And it's something that I always loved. Always. Okay, Jacob. If you kidnap me, I'm okay, because you are a good guy. So if you want to kidnap me, I'm okay. Yeah, there is nothing. Yeah, always the same. But yeah, it's a visual proof. Yeah, exactly that. I actually have to admit that when I started, I thought that all the journey, would have been shorter. I never thought I had to go through this shit for 9 years. And actually, when I started trading, I thought you could become millionaire in month. And actually it's not like that. And yeah, it's been a hard, a good, and not difficult. It's hard to digest. It's a hard realization to digest that even if you can make infinite amount of money here, if you just follow your rules and you have a system that works, infinite amount of money, because this is actually virtual infinite amount of money. It's not, overnight. And I thought it was overnight. What a naive mindset that I had. What a naive mindset that I had. Okay, Jacob. It's a promise, man. It's a promise. But you will. You already are. You already are. A lot of traders are already profitable without knowing it, you know. A lot of traders, yeah. But I I wouldn't have been able to make it if I hadn't had a mentor. I know that there are some people that learned, let's say, on their own, alone, just on YouTube and things like that, studying, reading, but I wouldn't have been able to do it. You know, if someone didn't show me, hadn't shown me um, the path. Yeah, actually, you were not in live, Jacob. I don't remember if yesterday or the day before. Um, because of my health issues, actually, in 2017, I, started having some issues. I couldn't walk anymore, so I couldn't do my job that at that time was selling contracts, power and gas contracts door to door. So I was every single day from basically morning to evening outside, just ringing the bell, selling the contracts, and suddenly I couldn't move anymore. I had pain in my legs, so I couldn't do stairs, long walks, up and down. um, I couldn't handle it anymore. And so since in my life, basically I always sold only basically power and gas contract. I didn't know what to do. And since I wasn't able to walk anymore, I started with selling with my phone, but it was totally different, and I didn't like it a lot. And I started having my issue, okay. And so I was thinking about a way to escape that situation, to overcome this situation. And I remember that I was on socials, and I don't know why I always had a passion for the charts. I didn't know what they were, but I had a passion for the chart, the general chart. Now I was looking to the chart, to the stocks, and something always fascinated me. And in that moment, I remember I was on social and I saw a guy making a post about a system that he was testing. It was on Facebook, and I don't remember why, but I decided to contact that that guy, and he was actually in network marketing that was called iMarkets Live, IML, and that is how everything started. Obviously, the let's say the overall education was not the best. I don't want to go in depth about this topic, but it was not the best. But that is how everything got started. And discovering that you actually could make money from the chart changed everything for me. And so I started trading, and I started working. I tried again to sell contracts door to door, but I couldn't handle it. So I started selling from the phone for another company. but I didn't like it because I had to stay on my foot all day long, and my leg hurt. um, I was in pain basically, and so I came back to sell contract door to door, but I really couldn't do it anymore because maybe 1 and 2 hours, and I couldn't walk anymore, and so I started changing a lot of things, and always selling something, and I definitely stopped in 2021, 2022, when my health condition um, really, couldn't let me do almost anything anymore. So I'm unemployed since 2022, 2021, since COVID, let's say, and yeah. But I met Anton Mentefix in 2022, July 2022, the 8th of July 2022, if I don't remember wrong. The first payment of the mentorship was the 8th of July of 2022, so it's almost 4 years. And that is where I actually started learning something about trading. So from 2017 to 2022, I basically wasted 5 years. Yeah, 5 years wasted. Because yeah, I knew the concept, general concept, but I basically didn't have a system, didn't know how to find a confirmation. I actually traded the smart money concept, so the old structure, supply and demand confirmation, SSC. But Anton was the one that actually taught me how to trade, me and my girlfriend. Then my girlfriend had to stop. Now she's basically stopped because she can handle everything. She's taking care of me, taking care of the work. She's the only one working in the family because it's me and her. And so she stopped a little bit, but she knows the system. She now trades like we trade. I also taught her brother that is now 17, and so he's trading too, on the higher, on 1 hour, on indices, and it's complaining because he can find trades right now because the context is not the best, but he learned trading, and so basically everything changed with that. But yeah, this is the story. Yeah, exactly. Order blocks, supply and demand zones. Absolutely. Look at this one. No, 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 no. What it is? Wait, wait. It's not this one. It's something here. Eccolo. Here it is. This is how I traded before. Waiting, Wyckoff. Actually, this is a perfect Wyckoff. This is a perfect Wyckoff. Preliminary support, selling climax, automatic rally, standard test, secondary test in phase B, spring. Then we have a test here that you can see, and then we have sign of strength, last point of support, and last point support. So this should go. This is a perfect Wyckoff. Actually, if we go on 15 minutes, yeah, if we go on 15 minutes and we go there, I'm gonna show you something that is gonna blow your mind. Note this one because it's without the where are you? No, it's not you. Oh yeah, maybe it's okay, this one. Here you have. Look at this schematic, guys. So look at this one. And look at this one. Preliminary support, selling climax, automatic rally. Then we have, you can see, secondary test here, creating liquidity basically. Secondary test in phase B, spring test, last point of support. And yeah, we have the Samuel strength here, but actually, yeah, the Samuel strength could be this one or this one. So actually, this is the Wyckoff schematic, and this is how I learned everything about Wyckoff and the confirmation, and it's what actually saved my life, because everything started with this. Yeah, absolutely. It's simply a reaccumulation, but you know, when I traded that way, I didn't know about reaccumulation. I didn't know about the cycle. I didn't know about, you know, everything basically. Absolutely, yes, Jacob. We are trading Wyckoff. We are trading the purest form of Wyckoff, not Wyckoff, the purest form of Wyckoff. Inside its cycle, inside its own cycle, we are trading the reaccumulation and sometimes the accumulation. But the accumulation, you know, it's hard to trade. But yeah, you are trading Wyckoff. Now, it's not necessary to know the phases, to label the phases like this one, because it's not, you don't need it to trade, but you are actually trading Wyckoff. Every single reaccumulation is Wyckoff. Absolutely, yes. So for example, this one, I really don't remember the labeling of the reaccumulation, but it's basically what it's called, preliminary supply, buying climax. It's inverted. So before was selling climax, now it's buying climax, automatic rally. Yes, automatic rally, upthrust. Then this is the creek. I need to show you guys because reaccumulation schematic. Reaccumulation. This is the reaccumulation, but it's not labeled. Yeah, this one. Can we see it? Okay, but I need to. No, this is not. This is the reaccumulation. So you see, preliminary supply, buying climax, automatic rally, UT, creek, spring, and go. And here the same thing. Creek, spring, and go. So yeah, we're trading Wyckoff. Absolutely. And so yeah, this is what happened to me. This is why I'm here. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't think it was a coincidence. I actually wanted to join the army when I was young, but the first issue, this is why I don't believe in coincidence. I wanted to join the army. I trained a lot because I actually wanted to join the special forces. and I actually trained a lot when I was in school, and I starting having the first issues about my muscle and tendons when I was training to 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 go to the military, to the army. And yeah, it never stopped from there. But at the beginning, I could do anything else but run. Okay, so I wasn't able to run anymore, but I wasn't able to walk. I didn't have brain fog. I did have focus. I could do everything except walk, except run. So I needed to give up on my dream to join the army because I couldn't. And then, it got worse, worse and worse. Sorry, and yeah, it led me to the trading things. So actually, this is my story, guys, and this is a nice story. I mean, this is when you make it, this is a nice story. But you need to make it, because when you are in between, when you are trying, but you aren't successful yet, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare because it's like, it's like the whole world is against you. And you don't know if you will be able to make it or not, because there is no certainty here. You are alone. You have to fight every single day with your doubt, with your fear, and it's a nice story to tell when you make it. And I'm not at that point yet, so we need to pass the challenge before. But actually, that is the story. Now I know that I can do it because I have the proof that I already, that I've already done it. But when you actually are learning, it's very hard. It's like the hell, right, Jacob? It's like the hell. Yeah. You need to be strong. You need to be motivated, consistent. You actually have to go through the shit for much longer than what you thought at the beginning. And even if you thought that it would require much longer time, it will require even much longer time. So we usually underestimate the amount of time that we need to put in and the amount of work that we need to put in to actually make it, go through it. Yeah, we actually underestimate. And don't believe to the people that become rich overnight with trading, because two are the possibility: or it's not overnight, or they are fake. That it. That it. Then you have exceptional people, but it's like 1 out of 1 billion that can do it without even thinking. Yeah, it happened because I have one of those examples in my family. Actually, my girlfriend brother, the one I taught forex I was talking about earlier, it's a genius in this field. I remember when he was 12, 13, that he was with the MetaTrader 5, and he didn't know anything, but he opened the position, and he knew, somehow he knew where price were heading, and it was always profit. He didn't know about risk reward. He didn't know about how to manage a trade, but actually the operation, the trades were perfect. And when he learned this system, everything clicked for him. So it actually took 1 month to learn everything. 1 month, two. Let's say more, but when he decided to, to be serious of that, it took 2 months to understand the whole system. So yeah, to have his big test, to have this forward, to actually see that it worked, to understand the pattern, to understand the cycle, to understand everything basically. 2 months, but you can say 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter, even 4 if you want. It's a very little window of time, I mean. And you have someone like that, but it's not the norm. So if you're not like that, you need to, put in the work. Sorry guys, my girlfriend at the door. Okay, here I am, guys. Sorry. Yeah, the same. The same, Jacob. I thought, 1 year, 6 months was the norm. I thought to be different, I can do it in less time. This is always the first thought. I mean, every single trader that I know or that I spoke with had this single thought in their mind. I'm different. I will make it in less than the others. And yeah. Let's see. We have something. This one? No, this one is just going and going, and this is actually not good. So this is not good. What we have here, yeah, there is nothing that we can do, guys. I think I will, yeah, it's always the same. I think I will end the session here because I mean QQQ is there, it doesn't want to move, it's still going down, so actually it's not stopping, and this is why we don't have anything. Yeah, look, everything is just sinking. Yeah, look at that, it's not good anymore. Actually this one maybe, let's see, maybe this one, that could be a good one. I don't know, let's see this one. This is actually clean. Okay, let's see. Let's keep an eye on this one, and let's see the spread here, because I really don't like the GHF pair. I think, yeah, it's not a lot. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's okay. We can do it. Maybe with a bigger stop. So this is our last hope, guy, for today. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, Jacob, is it happens. It happens every single time because we are wired that way. And I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, being overconfident and thinking or hoping that you can do the same in less time, I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we lack confidence in this world. The majority of people lack confidence in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. So I think it's not a bad thing. But actually then you have to fight with your reality. And the reality is a little bit different, you know? But yeah, it happens. It happens. Sometimes you are right, sometimes you can do the things that, you know, the other did in less time, sometimes you can't. But actually it is always better to think that you can. Because if not, you know, otherwise you start in disadvantage. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you have to face the reality. At a certain point, you have to face the reality, and you have to accept the reality that unless you are not part of that 0.00001% of the trader that, you know, open the chart and they know where price is heading, you need to go through what the other traders did. And I don't know a single trader, or I didn't even heard of a interview about trader saying that they became profitable in 1 month. Almost everyone, have a range of profitability, of time needed for profitability, that goes from 3 to 10 years. Unless you're not taking into consideration the ones, that said in the interview or online that it took less, but they are actually a scam. Because it's full of scam out there. So if you think about it, 3 years, let's say 3 years, that is the less, in the time window of profitability, let's call like this. 3 years is the starting point, but 3 years are 3 years. So if you start thinking about trading like something that you can do in 6 months or in 2 or 3 months, then being in the journey for 3 years without basically understanding anything, continue losing and something like that, it's really hard for your mindset. So people give up. I remember that I actually, oh yeah, this is something that I never said, but this is actually the truth. I never ended a single month profitable before 2020, end of 2025, beginning of 2026. I never ended a single month profitable in 9 years, in 8 years and a half. So think about what that means for your mind, that you can do it, you see other people doing, you are I can say you are I can find the word. Basically, you see all the socials and all the people on the social that are claiming that they make millions, and you are there doing the same thing, but you can't, because you can't end up a month profitable. And then you see people earning 300,000 a month and basically winning every single trade. And actually, when you are in the making, you don't know that that is scam. So you are there and you ask yourself, what the hell? Why I can do that? Maybe that is not for me. And somehow you need to continue learning, you need to continue making mistakes, while the other, because when you are in this, let's say, environment, you see other things online, you see other people, you know other people, community or something like that, mentors. So you see other people doing great and you are still there years after years, not day after day, years after years, actually going nowhere. So think about the amount of strength that you need to have in your mindset and your heart, and the amount of self-confidence that you have to be sure of the fact that you will be able to do it somehow in a future, indefinite future. This is trading, like every single other entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, you start to think that you are the biggest idiot. Oh, Jacob. Okay, so you let's say 5 years, 5 years left to the profitability. Are you okay? 5 years left? No, I mean, yeah, and you are one of the, let's say, how can I say, one of the people that took less time, because 3 years, yeah, at the end it's that. But why is so hard? Because when you start, you don't have a process. You have to find online information, the data. You have to find something that works. You don't trust the mentors. But if you started, you know, with the process in mind, with everything in mind, with the right mindset in mind, it would take less, for sure. But at the beginning, you make mistakes, and that is the issue. That is why it took so long. Because after you learn the method, the methodology, and the process, it's not so long. You just have to put in the work. You know, it's getting to the point where the process is clear in your mind, and also the outcome. Getting to that is the long part, is the difficult part, and someone, and this is very sad, never make through it. Yeah, I know, man. I know that you will you will be there, but it won't require, you know, it won't require. It's not going to require um 5 years. So actually, this is a good one, but I think this is going to fail. I don't know if we, you know, if we don't have a sign of strength here, showing us that, you know, basically price wants to continue going down lower. I think this is failing going up. Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, I started this journey when I was 27. So, you know, 26. Yeah. So you have 21 and you are profitable. So think about your life in 5 years from now. Think about the people you become in 5 years from now. It's insane. It's insane. You have gold in your hand. Um, 2 minutes. I'm back, guys. Okay. 2 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm back. Yeah, it's fading. At least for me, it's fading. Yeah, absolutely, Jacob. Waiting for it. Uh, uh yeah, this is. I mean, this was the last thing that we had here, but this is still somehow valid. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, stupid man. No, damn. Oh, I want this one. Oh, yeah, this is not anymore valid for now. It's not valid for me. It's not valid for me, guys. It's too deep, and there is actually nothing that I can do, and I think that we can end the session here, basically. Hey, Happy! Welcome to the live. Yeah, today is a little bit better than yesterday. Thanks for asking. A little bit better. Not the perfection, but a little bit better. Thank you. You just join when basically we are ending the session because there is nothing to do. We had this one. This was the last one, but this is failing, and for me it's too deep. So this was the only one that we could take a trade on, but unfortunately it's not doing what I want. So since QQQ is failing, we basically have nothing on the scanner since I don't know, was 4 p.m. in the morning my time, so 10 New York time, and so basically there is really little that we can do. Yeah, absolutely. It's down. It's going down. I talk about QQQ at the beginning of the live, and this will require maybe days on this time frame, days slash weeks, to be able to give us something good, because this is actually a big sell-off, and we don't have a lot of assets that are relatively stronger than it. So everything is failing. The only one was this one, but I wasn't able to get position. This was a good one, but I wasn't able to get position somewhere here, and it's still going, but I wasn't able to re-enter again. So the better entry would have been this one. Okay. This one, something like that, but definitely not my type of entry, and yeah, it would have worked, but I was waiting for a pause here, and that this is basically the only one that we had today, at least for me. Yeah, it's normal. It's normal. We always miss something. I mean, I missed this one. I was talking about this one, and I didn't see this one. I wouldn't have been able to enter anyway because there is now the entry for me, but I actually didn't see this one. This was actually a good one, and I didn't see it because it was at the beginning of the session, and I didn't see this one. So yeah, we are missing trades all the time. Yeah, this is failing, you see? This is failing. Boom. So it's not valid anymore. Yeah, absolutely. I think that the only way not to miss trade is actually being on daily entry. If you are on daily entry, you can see the charts at the morning and at the evening before going to bed, and basically setting your stop orders, and that is the only way that you don't miss trade. But if you are anything lower than daily, I mean, when there is more than one candle a day, you could miss the trade. So it's normal. And this is another reason why I'm, looking forward to trade the daily entry as soon as possible, because it would be a real, breakthrough change of lifestyle, um, for me. Yeah, this is my personal opinion. I mean, if you trade full time and you are there in front of the chart and you basically don't do anything else, technically on 65 minutes you shouldn't miss trade. I mean, you can, but if you are there, unless it's an asset that you didn't see, but if it's an asset that you have on your watch list and you're actually looking at, it's hard to miss a trade that way. But if you do something else, if you work, or if you have a life, if you are out, if you're not in front of your charts, it's pretty normal. I mean, I don't like to trade from my phone. I know people that can trade from their phone. I can. I don't like. I need my PC. I need to be, in front of the charts. But yeah, for me it's like that. Yeah. Oh, actually, guys, there's something really, really cool that I want to show you. Look at that, guys. Um, Competition. 5 years of Ment Funding, and this is how we are saying thank you. The first competition in the space and the biggest we have ever run. 1 million prize pool. Wow. Wow, guys. So if you want to, be inside a competition, this is what you need to. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like trading from the phone. So if you want to test something, guys, the competition, I think, is the best way to do it. It's actually the first competition in the space. They actually looks for real traders, so that could be something worth, spending a month in. Yeah, yeah, it's actually a very big prize pool, and I love them. These guys are working days and night to make Ment Funding what it is, and giving us that possibility when outside is basically just a bet. Because if you do a competition outside, it's just a bet. Having the possibility to have a competition, a fair competition where they actually look for traders, they have rules that, you know, allows real traders to win the competition and Lucky Joe or all-in traders to be disqualified from the competition. That is actually something that it's worth looking at. Okay guys, we're gonna end the session here. I really appreciate, as always, you being there with me, even if just for, you know, a few minutes. It's not worth for me to stay till the end because there's nothing to do. There is nothing that can set up. There is really nothing to do. So thank you again for being here. Hi guys. Hi Jacob. Hi Happy. Love you guys. Yes, when you can, I'm here. So it's a pleasure for me to be here. I'm sorry that you didn't see yet something juicy, but this is trading, you know. So we need to take what the market is giving us in that specific moment. So you will be here for sure. Other session with other profits, with better outcome for sure, because they will be there for sure. It's the system. We just, you know, need to let the edge play out, let it play out, and then it will, you know, give us the prize. So thank you guys again. I really appreciate you. And yeah, as always, we're going to see tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. New York time for another session. Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and take care of yourself and never stop believing in your dream, because they could be behind the corner and we usually stop the moment before reaching them. So never stop believing in yourself. This is my message for you today. Thank you guys. We're gonna see you tomorrow. Bye bye.